The news broke like a thunderclap on a clear day. Reports flooded in. New horizons. Our eye in the outer solar system had gone dark. One moment, routine telemetry. The next, nothing. Engineers scrambled, but the silence was deafening. Headlines screamed, "Pluto probe goes dark." The blackout happened as the probe aligned with Comet 3I, Atlas, an interstellar traveler behaving strangely. The world was left staring at a blank screen, wondering what secrets lay in the darkness. Then came the tweet. In the midst of the swirling uncertainty, a message from Elon Musk dropped like a bomb on the internet. "They're not telling you the truth about 3I Atlas. It's no comet. Starlink saw it. Ask them about the energy readings. They're 3 Atlas. They are here." The message went viral, challenging the official narrative. Musk wasn't just suggesting a cover-up, he was pointing a finger directly at the object of everyone's fascination. The internet erupted. The hashtag #TheyAreHere trended globally. Was Musk revealing a truth he had access to? Or was this another publicity stunt? People started digging, connecting dots, and demanding answers. Musk's credibility on matters of space is undeniable. When he talks about space, people listen. His assertion that Starlink saw it lent a powerful, tangible weight to his claim. The fallout was immediate and intense. News channels broke away from regular programming. The debate was no longer about a lost probe. It was about a potential first contact scenario. Musk had skillfully reframed the entire conversation. He pitted his reputation as a disruptive innovator against the staid bureaucratic image of NASA. In doing so, he tapped into a deep-seated public distrust of official institutions. The world was now watching, waiting for the next move. The implications were profound, and the public demanded answers. Just hours before Musk's tweet, another strange event occurred. Users of SpaceX's Starlink satellite internet service reported widespread outages. SpaceX's initial statement cited unexpected satellite bus resets, caused by a surge of charged particles, but the timing was too perfect to be ignored. When Musk linked the 3I Atlas anomaly to his Starlink network, investigators connected the dots. Could the energy source Musk hinted at have been powerful enough to disrupt his own satellite constellation? The narrative began to form. 3I Atlas emits a powerful, unexplained energy burst. This burst travels across the solar system, interfering with Starlink satellites and disabling New Horizons. The sequence of events was logical, linear, and terrifying. It suggested that the object was not passive, it was active, projecting energy in a way that no known comet ever has. Musk's tweet now seemed less like a wild accusation and more like a frustrated disclosure. The pieces were falling into place, forming a picture both incredible and unsettling. In the face of this growing storm, NASA's response was a masterclass in institutional silence. Press inquiries were met with terse, pre-written statements. "We are aware of Mr. Musk's comments. Our teams are focused on re-establishing contact with New Horizons." This was not the NASA the public knew. NASA has a long and celebrated history of transparency. Their mission has always been not just to explore, but to share that exploration with humanity. This sudden reticence was a stark departure from that ethos. The silence was so uncharacteristic that it became more damning than any denial. Why wouldn't they simply refute Musk's claims with their own data? This isn't the first time NASA has clashed with Elon Musk. The relationship between the established government agency and the disruptive private entrepreneur has often been tense. Musk has publicly criticized NASA's perceived slowness, while NASA officials have sometimes viewed Musk's ambitious timelines with skepticism. The agency's silence also dredged up old accusations of data suppression. NASA's refusal to engage directly with Musk's specific data-backed challenge felt like a tacit admission. By saying nothing, they were saying everything. So what exactly is 3I Atlas, and why is it at the center of this firestorm? Discovered in late 2024, it was immediately flagged as an object of immense interest. The I in its designation stands for interstellar, meaning it originated from outside our solar system. Its trajectory was unlike anything astronomers had seen before. It was moving at an incredible velocity, far faster than could be explained by the sun's gravitational pull alone. It seemed to be moving under its own power, or at least with some form of propulsion. Then there were the physical anomalies. 3I Atlas had a tail composed of ionized particles, more akin to the output of an ion engine. Furthermore, the object wasn't tumbling randomly like a typical comet. It appeared to be maintaining a stable orientation, almost as if it were deliberately controlled. The object's path through our solar system was also highly unusual. When you put all the pieces together, Musk's claim starts to look less like a fantasy and more like a logical conclusion. The evidence strongly suggests that 3-Eye Atlas is a piece of technology. In the days following Musk's tweet, a tense silence from the world's major observatories was broken by startling confirmations. The first came from the Atacama Large Millimeter Array, or ALMA, in Chile. A leaked memo revealed that ALMA had detected intermittent, high-energy radio bursts from 3-Eye Atlas. These were not random radio noises, they were structured, almost rhythmic pulses. This was quickly followed by a similar report from the 500-meter Aperture Spherical Telescope, or FAST, in China. A preliminary paper detailed the detection of a focused microwave emission from the comet's core. The world's largest radio telescopes were seeing the same thing. Optical observatories reported unusual fluctuations in the object's brightness, or albedo. It seemed to be flashing in a non-random pattern, almost like a signal. These independent confirmations from international observatories were crucial. They demonstrated that this was not just a story about Elon Musk versus NASA. The data from Chile, China, and Hawaii all pointed to the same conclusion. 3-Eye Atlas was not a simple rock. The weight of the evidence was becoming overwhelming. As the external evidence mounted, the focus shifted back to NASA. Investigative journalists and data miners began combing through NASA's public data servers, and what they found was deeply suspicious. Data logs from the Deep Space Network were missing. Specifically, the logs for the hours surrounding the New Horizons blackout had been scrubbed. Whispers began to leak from inside the agency. Anonymous sources, claiming to be engineers and scientists, started posting on encrypted forums. They painted a picture of internal panic. According to these insiders, New Horizons did not simply go silent. In its final moments, it sent back a burst of telemetry that was off the charts. The leadership's response was not to analyze, but to conceal. One particularly chilling account came from a source claiming to be a DSN operator. The order came from the top: lock it down, erase the public-facing logs. This claim, while unverified, spread like wildfire. The official story of a simple malfunction was crumbling. The public was no longer asking if there was a cover-up, but why. The scientific community became sharply divided. On one side were the institutional loyalists and cautious skeptics. They argued that every anomalous reading could have a natural explanation. On the other side were a growing number of scientists, emboldened by Musk's statements and the leaked data. They argued that clinging to natural explanations was a failure of scientific imagination. Elon Musk himself weighed in again, this time in a live-streamed interview. This isn't about ego, this is about humanity's right to know. My own satellites detected an energy event that disabled them and coincided with the New Horizons blackout. We have the data. The observatories in Chile and China have the data. The only people not sharing their data are the ones who were closest to the object. Transparency is paramount in an event of this magnitude. The insiders continued to provide fuel for the fire. One leaked an alleged internal email from a high-level NASA administrator. The email spoke of managing public perception and avoiding widespread panic. The debate was no longer just about science, it was about power and information. This entire episode has forced us to confront a fundamental question about the future of space exploration. Who controls the narrative? In the 20th century, the answer was simple. Governments did. But we are now in a new era. Private companies like SpaceX possess vast sensor networks that can collect data independently. The monopoly on information has been broken. The 3-Eye Atlas incident serves as a critical test case for this new reality. It has created a standoff between the old guard of government secrecy and the new push for radical transparency. If NASA is indeed hiding evidence of an artificial object, they are doing so under the old belief that the public cannot handle the truth. But in the internet age, such secrecy is difficult to maintain. The era of decentralized, democratized space data is upon us. It will be messy, filled with conflicting reports, and ripe for misinformation. But it will also be more honest. As of today, November 16, 2025, the standoff continues. The real story is about our right to know. Who gets to decide what discoveries are shared with the world?